Will Smith. I am a junior in secondary special education, 5th through 12th grade. Um, the first question, how did you learn to read? I do not remember a lot about learning how to read. I know that some of my teachers would encourage me to sound out the words that I did not know completely how to pronounce, like going when I was reading, like I would go at, and then working through that way. I recall my teachers telling me to skip over certain words and trying to still piece together the reading at certain grade levels, like kindergarten and first grade, and also trying to use context clues or the pictures in the book. I also remember getting sight word booklets that would have the pictures to match the words on the page. Like if, for instance, I see a cat, and then there would be a cat on the page. Um, and the teachers in schools that had influence on my reading, I recall my teachers had a major influence on my reading as they encouraged me to continue to grow in my reading development. My teachers would recommend books with topics that interested me as a young student and would ask me about the books that I would read. And so this just encouraged me to keep reading and share what I was reading with my teachers. As of my college reading now is mostly involved with my courses, so it's mostly articles and the textbooks assigned to me. I do not read a lot in my free time outside of academics. Um, I don't know if this will change when I'm done with college or if this is just something that I'll have to like work through, like pushing myself to read. I was motivated to read as a child as my parents motivated me to read, like telling me to set aside time to read. And I loved being able to share with the adults in my life what I had read. I also loved, like, I know my parents would read to me before bedtime and things like that, but I also loved being able to read to them. My reading interests are and preferences are historical fiction and realistic fiction and education articles. I would define reading motivation as why certain people want to read. I know that some people say they want to read because it's a way of escaping circumstances around them. I know that other people read to get good grades. Some individuals must be motivated by rewards, such as, say, you reach a reading goal and you get a class party, like a pizza party, and some and things like that. I would define reading engagement as how interested, motivated, and involved a student is with the reading. Reading engagement also involves emotions and behaviors that come to impact a student's interpretation of the reading. And I know that some students struggle with reading because of what the assigned reading is, because the students may not be interested in that certain topic. Students may also struggle with comprehending the details of the reading, not understanding deeper themes or like the context of the story. Students may also struggle with pronunciation due to individual circumstances, such as being dyslexic or English language learners, as they're adapting to new environments. Um, I believe that how someone learns to read is dependent on the individual. So you're going to have to determine that based on each student. And so good independent readers learn to read, making predictions about what the story will be about based on prior knowledge, They also ask questions about the text before they read and during the reading, and they make connections to their own experiences, other readings, and real world events to help them understand the reading. And my social identity um, is being of mixed race. I'm white and black. My gender, I'm female. My socioeconomic status is low. My religion is Christian, and my sexual orientation is straight. This may influence my teaching of reading in my future classroom, as I might prioritize certain readings over others, like I might um, prioritize teaching books from my closer to my race or closer to my gender or my socioeconomic status, um, as and this would be bias, and because I would relate more to these books. So thank you for listening to me.